Hello, board members. How are we doing this fine Sunday afternoon? Well, I hope. As it is Puzzle Sunday, we're going to be continuing along in the world. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are currently investigating, or I guess running the trial on a master thief who turned themselves in, but a lot of evidence suggests... Well, welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Ika. Suggests that it wasn't actually them, that the master thief or whatever is actually somebody else. So we have to prove in court one way or the other about what's going to be happening. So, how goes it? Pretty good, pretty good. Work wasn't actually miserable today, so that's a plus. That's all I can kind of ask for a lot of the time. Looks like we left off at the beginning. Well, it looks like we left off on number 1, I guess, the beginning of the save files. Now we left off, and we were about to have a big revelation. Let's wait a moment. But hopefully everyone's having a good Sunday. No, wait just a moment. Sir, old timer, don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. Honestly, as silly as you are, you probably deserve to be living in one. It's probably not okay for you to be living by yourself. Oh, also, I picked up some Pocky. When I was leaving the store, I had to pick up a couple of things, and I saw a bin full of Pocky for $1.75. So I was like, I'm gonna get some Pocky. I did a lot of the U. Are you master of the U yet? Are you king of masters or whatever? Whatever the maximum rank is. I know you said you won a tournament the other day. I have to imagine at this point you've got to be master of ceremonies, right? King card master shark person or something? This music's going hard. I've never noticed it before. The way I did my audio before, I never noticed it. I did that last month. This is the competitive event for the alt format. Wow, congrats. Okay. Yeah, some Pocky. It's strawberry. I don't like chocolate. Oh. It reminds me a lot of Hello Panda strawberry, which is fine. I like that. Planning to end around a top 5,000 for this. Wow. So you're kind of like, what do they call that? A satellite? You're like satelliting into the major tournament? So at some point we'll see you in Vegas? Or wherever they have, I guess, the championship. Alright, don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. Hehehe. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Yes, but that's only for like the top 10, I think. Yeah, but you're on your way. That's what's important. It's a process, Ika. It's a process. This isn't a movie where you win 2 and then you're in the top 10. You know, it's a process dragged out over the course of several months. That way they can keep advertisers going. Oh, I also have a thought process about who this guy is. It's probably wrong, but I was thinking about this. Now, we know he drinks coffee, right? He loves drinking coffee. He's got a weird tan, and he's got facial hair. But we don't know who he is, but he knows who we are. Okay, so we know someone who used to drink stuff in a weird, over-the-top way with, like, an exaggerated, like, swallow animation. We know a guy who had a tan and facial hair, who knows who we are, but we might not recognize because of this get-up, and has that weird way he talks about, like, over-the-top stuff, like this guy likes to do. And he claims he's never done this before, but he's the next in line. We know one person who fits all of those categories that I can think of offhand if this turns out to be someone who's not a new character for just this module. And that is, and this is my guess, it's the cowboy detective guy from the first module that we ended up getting arrested for stealing evidence or whatever. Like covering up a murder and then stealing evidence. I think it's going to turn out that it's that guy after he got out of jail. Or he's working off his sentence or something by working for the DA. And that's how he knows who we are, but we don't recognize him because he's in a different outfit. And he's got the weird white hair now for some reason. So that's my guess. That this guy is in fact... the cowboy detective guy from the, like, first module. I have no idea if it's true or not. It's just, that's my guess. The true measures of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nice. You can only handle one case at a time. Isn't that right? Nick. You talk too much. Indeed. I like the shrimp emote. That's good. Witness, are you now saying that you and the thief fought? Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor. Oh? Excuse me? Save the big question for the testimony. That's one of my rules. What? Indeed, I understand. I, Luke Adamy, agree completely. Witness testimony. Fight with the thief. Okay. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However... God, I forgot about this. I wanted to try to not remember it. I wanted it to leave my brain. They keep bringing it back. However, Luke Adamy cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote. So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Mask to Mask. Mask Star to Mask. Correct. It was during this third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak. Well, that's certainly understandable. Is it? I myself always get confused about which testimony goes in with which case. It's criminal. It's literally against the law to allow this judge to continue like this. That can't be good. Fight with the thief. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, okay. It's true I looked away. Question him on it. So what did you look away from the door? Why did you look away from the door? In addition to the camera, I prepared a variety of other sensors as well. And we're just finding out about that now? The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course. So you're momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer? What should I do? Should I ask some more questions? Ask about the sensor. What kind of sensors are you talking about? There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. What? I hooked up heat detecting infrared and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours? Lordy Taylor department store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belonged to them as well. In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment home. Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer? No. However, Luke Adamy cannot be so easily discombobulated. What does that mean? Discombobulated. Oh my god, come on! We're really getting into the definition of words? Webster's dictionary defines discombobulated as... Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway? Now I've forgotten. What was I saying? Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony. They really had no idea how to, like, add anything to that one. Okay. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. Hold it! What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Luke Adamy, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that we all twisted like a tree branch? Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the Shaito. So the thief armed himself with a sword. What about yourself, witness? A true gentleman fights only with his own fist, but they were not enough. Hold it! You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course, in college, I was the second in charge of the boxing club. Sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mask Star Damask. This guy is a real piece of work. Okay. His first blow struck true, and bam! That's all she wrote. Hold it! Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious. Powericious. Powericious sounds like that sounds like the catchphrase for a children's cereal that's supposed to, like, give you energy. Like an energy drink children's cereal. It's Powericious. Powericious? I assume the enemy fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. Oh, okay, interesting. Atomy fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? Yeah, you were blinded? So what was this flash of light that blinded you? I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman. Statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing. That wasn't very much help at all. Well, what do you think, Nick? Well, one thing I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah? What is it? This Luke Adamy guy, he's definitely hiding something. But why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. About the true nature of this detective. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. Okay. So... After the founder of the current channeling technique moved the night of the crime. But we still haven't put together why. It's a security cam photo. Blackmail letter. That's not going to be relevant to probably the next part of this. Nice face statue. Looks like it was torn off with some clothing. Wondering, I think I might need to ask him. We can only be dishonest. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me. I think it was this one that had the split answers. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. Computer, excellent. So you were monitoring momentary vulnerable when you were working on the computer. Should I ask more questions about it? Ask about the computer? Should that computer belong to Lordy Taylor as well? Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specifically designed by me, Luke Adamy. In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data. Hehehe. What's wrong, Sir Lawyer? Alright. So then... all she wrote. Okay, let's ask about the fighting stance just in case, since multiple times now already we've been kind of stuck because we didn't ask about the other less relevant option. The anime fighting style. What is this anime fighting style? Sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. Okay. That's it? That's the anime fighting style? Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony? Wait. Wait, isn't that important? Because didn't he say he got hit in the... Wait. I don't know if that's important or not, because he's changed his story now, and I'm not sure if he means he was or wasn't hit from behind anymore. Because if his fighting style was to keep his back to the wall so he couldn't be surprised or surrounded, that during the fight he wouldn't have been hit from behind. Which I think is something he claimed? I'm gonna go with very important. Of course it's important. We learned a detective's secret technique, after all. Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night. Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out. Now then, witness, we'll go ahead and add the secret information to your official testimony. Oh my god, it was relevant! It was in fact relevant! Oh my god, okay. Put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. Hold on, what? Where is this third eye you're talking about? Oh, it's right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened. You may call it the forehead, if you like. Why didn't he just say that in the first place? Sir Lawyer, it looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper. So Mr. Anime got hit in the forehead then? That's what he says. I've got a funny feeling about that. Actually, so do I. Well, what do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah? What is it? This anime guy, he's definitely hiding something. But why? I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. About the true nature of this... Okay, so... I'm not sure what I'm supposed to... We brought up the computer, and we fought up the fighting style. I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Luke Adamy cannot be so easily discombobulated. Fortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. Grabbed a weapon from the side? What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Luke Adamy, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword. I mean, a sword that was all twisted like a tree branch. Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the Shai Shibishuto. The thief armed himself with a sword. And that, what about yourself, witness? I'm gonna fight only with his own fists, but they were not enough. I put my back to the wall to fight. The thief's blow landed upon my third eye. Well, he doesn't look like he has a mark. Oh, I hit the wrong button. It's my fault. Sir Lawyer, it looks like the tweezers in your forehead. I think it might be the third eye thing. Oh, come on. Luckily, I don't get in trouble for messing this part up. I'm thinking it has to do with... It has to do with this, and then, like, presenting the sword with a bend in it. And it's odd that he doesn't have a mark on his face from it, maybe? And knocked out during with a crime with a blow to the back of the head. Okay, it's gotta be this. Detective Anime, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun is this, Sir Lawyer? It truly is a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. Okay, so it was the back to the wall thing, and then that's the art of me fighting style, and then the third. Okay, wow, I actually got stupid lucky there. From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you in the forehead. Or on the forehead. I don't think you can forget where you were hit on the head. Burk. It seems I've made another mistake. Detective Adame, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security. Burk. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. What's his broken man face? I think it's the one where he's sweating and stuff. I think that's what that is. That's what it seems like. That's wrong.
Objection!
Oh, I've never noticed his voice sounds like that before. Sure, he goes a step further. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's gotta be there's usually like one or two more, right? Like usually there's the one where his personality will flip, and then there's usually the what do you call it? The witness explosion, Ika, where they like really freak out and they start yelling for no reason. To err is human, to forgive divine. Yeah, witness explosion. Humans aren't machines, they have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes.
Objection!
Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Really? What's it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. See, he's got that exaggerated Adam's apple. What? What is that? Oh, a Maya objection? Yeah, he's got that exaggerated Adam's apple, just like the cowboy guy did when he was drinking from his flask. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that Mr. Arnamy is no ace detective. I mean, that's technically true. This Mr. Adame is a fake. Or Mr. Adame is Masked Star Damask. I'm gonna go with that one and see if it's too early to say that or if we can do it now. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Adame's true identity is actually Masked Star Damask. Oh, there's a good one. His monocle thing goes flying away. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Oh, Z770 isn't here. You can order a sandwich. There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Adame's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. See, he's sweating pretty hard, even off his gigantic nose. Though I'm confused how he got this nose underneath that mask, because the mask looks flat. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a... Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Adame. The truth is that you are, in fact, Masked Star Damask. His nose is foldable? Oh, that sounds like it would hurt so bad. Grr! But Mr. Wright, this photo clearly shows Masked Star Damask. The ticket camera belongs to the Lord Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it, but he said he made the data. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn. So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief? Is that true, witness? Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. There's that third one we were looking for. We got one more. Damask MO is pure genius, and so am I. Luke Adame, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, Sir Lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? Nick, now's your chance. Yeah, it's time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Anime, when you assume the thief's identity...
Objection!
Oh! We took a cup of coffee to the face. Godot Blend number 102, my personal favorite. Assault? Yep. We know assault is legal in the courtroom. We've been told this. We've been shown this multiple times that assault is completely legal in the courtroom. I like the eyes. Mr. Godot? The ace detective is an ace thief? I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt. Mr. Trite, if this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have. Quickly. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick? Enemy looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But, can I really do it? The decisive evidence that provides Mr. Luke Adame is in fact Master Damask.
Assault, theft, fraud, DUI, breaking and entering, solicitation, armed robbery, shoplifting, aggravated assault on a police officer, and more.
Okay, it sounds like an average Tuesday in Grand Theft Auto. That sounds about right. Alright, so... what is going to be the proof if we have it? KB Security CE's office leaves a record when used. Like, I kind of feel like it's this because they mentioned it having fingerprints on it. But they haven't brought that up since they mentioned that it has fingerprints on it. So I'm thinking it's going to be the thing that proves he didn't do it? Camera on the night of the crime. Wait, is he wearing gloves? Does he wear gloves in the publicity photo? No, he has gloves in the publicity photo. He's also got white on his face, so he paints his mouth to match his mask. It's a little odd, but I guess Batman puts, like, eyeshadow on to blend in with his mask, so... Or eyeshadow? Yeah, it's eyeshadow, right? Is the stuff you put around your eye, like smoky eye, or whatever you call that? Oh, unless it's this. If you don't want your true identity to be revealed to the world, come to the KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take the red diamond you received the other day instead. Oh, if you don't, I'll take the red diamond you received the other day instead. He's got a diamond on his hand, right? I bet this is the definitive thing, the blackmail letter. Okay, let's try the blackmail letter. It's right here. As usual, the defense comes prepared, Your Honor. Very well, then. Let's see what you've got. Show me what you've got! Please present proof that Masked Artemis is actually Mr. Luke Adamy. It's gotta be this, right? Wait, written with a fountain pen, found in Ron's room. I'm gonna try this, and if it's not this, then we're gonna really have to put some, like, elbow grease in this. Here's your proof. What do you think, Mr. Godot? It looks to me like Mr. Wright is still a mite sleepy. I was like a big mug of my special Godot blend. Well, I guess that wasn't it. Alright. No thanks, I'm fine, really. What do you do now? Another mistake like that, I'm through. Without some decisive evidence, I could be risking everything. See, because it mentions the ring and all that stuff. I think it is yet to be found. Alright. Let's give it a shot and see. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Ha! This is what I thought. Man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get, after all. Ugh. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. It's no good. Gotta stay on the attack. You'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. If it's not ready yet. But are you going to just give up and let us lose this? So you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all. Ready for this case, Batman? What? Seems his cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further to add, then... What? Who? Who are you? That doesn't really matter right now, does it? How did you get into the courtroom? Miss Delight? What are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for, I think I found it. You mean that bag? Oh yeah, remember we found the urn that he stole was inside that bag, but we didn't get a chance to look at it because he walked in on us before we had a chance. Oh, I wanted Larry? Why do you want Larry Butts? No. No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well, that's the sacred urn. Nick, it's the urn. I guess we were missing the key item. Order, order, order. You, madam. That urn, where did you find it? You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Adamy. Oh, Desiree, you're the best. Sacred urn updated in the court record. Found in the office of Luke Adamy, has pink splotches all over it. Which we know that's from the night of the crime. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Adamy? I mean, you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one.
Objection!
Ha, pathetic. Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad. He's talking about the old days again. This is definitely that cowboy detective guy. You're still denying that Mr. Adamy was involved? Before casting aspirations at Detective Adamy, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree? Desiree Delight, is that correct? Yes? What about it? Ha! How charming. The length that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you have discovered the stolen urn anywhere? Including the office of the good detective here. Oh, so you're just accusing her of lying. Okay. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never. I would never do such a thing. Miss Delight? Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. You've got to prove that urn was actually in the... Show fingerprints on the urn, testify about what I saw. I mean, both of these should work. I'm gonna try testifying about what I saw. What's wrong? Isn't it your job to come up with something to say? Nick, come on. Should be easy to prove. Fingerprints because you touched it? Ooh, that's true. We did touch it. After all, we checked that bag, didn't we? You're right. I remember doing that. What was in there? It was hard and round and smooth, too. Yes, it must have been the urn. It must have. But I never actually saw it with my own eyes. Admin walked in just when I was about to have a look at it. So I mean, it was the urn in there. I can't testify that it was. Ah, you're right. Ha. It's like I was wrong about you, Mr. Trite. In this town overflowing with lies, there's still a single flickering candle of truth. Nicky boy. Well, it's true that I never actually saw the urn, but maybe I can still testify about it from another angle. What about it, Mr. Wright? Have you given up yet? There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually an Attorney Detective Agency. Alright, show the fingerprints. I like where you're doing. Didn't Ace put his hand in the bag? Yeah, he put his hand into the bag and started feeling around, but he didn't actually see the object, so his fingerprints should be on it. I can prove where the urn was. By the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I'm always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway. Nick, what are you doing? What are you going to do now? Come too far to turn back. Annie must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. Yeah, okay, that's very blatant. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on them. Us! Age 26, even though we kind of look a little older than that. Us! So what's all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Adame, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec, I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just... Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. My fingerprints are on there, and it proves that that urn was in the Detective Adame's office.
Objection!
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. What did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. Wow, what a callback. I didn't even remember this sentence. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Attorney Detective Agency. This blend. Good old blend number 107. I've decided it's a little too bitter after all. His mask starts smoking. Okay. Poor cowboy detective. Order, order, order. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff? Take this urn and wait. Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. What are you saying? Yes, I've finally broken him down. Wow, he's starting to lose it. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. About to flip it? Yeah, I would love if he accuses Phoenix Wright of being the master thief. And now we have to prove where we were all these times. Means I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. Wow. You see, it was me all along. I'm the one and only masked star to mask. Aha, I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. He's losing it hard. Okay, well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Anime's condition? He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came personally close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief. Nick, you were right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. There we go. We have to prove it. You're wrong. Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. The thief, the sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me. I'm him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty. Please. What is up with his weird Princess Leia bun? Like, he's got these Princess Leia's buns. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
Objection!
The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass, Judge. What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you. No, this is a known condition. This is a thing that happens in real life. Unfortunately, very commonly with people who have some sort of mental health issue, which it appears that this man has. This is a real thing that happens, though. People will confess to famous crimes in hopes of becoming famous from them, even if they didn't commit the crime themselves. So, this is weird, but it's also technically something that actually happens in real life. Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee. Huh. Hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes, sir? If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry? I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you're a masked art a mask, then prove it. That's what it means. Was I that stood atop the grassy knoll? Wow, so what, you would have been... I don't remember your exact age, but I'm guessing that would have been probably about 25 to 30 years before you were born. So that's really impressive that you went back in time and shot Kennedy in '69 or whatever. And here I would have never guessed you've been to Texas. But that's good work, though. You got away with it for, what would that be? About 25 years? Or no, 60? Like 55 years. My family ages well? Oh, okay, gotcha. Dang, you don't show it. I would have never guessed you were like 70 years old. You age like a fine wine. If you're masked art a mask, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir. I'll be happy to. He says he'll be happy to, Nick. It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. No. It's not cute. It's a clear sign that this man is suffering through some mental trauma or something. He needs help. You don't need to let him ramble on at the front of a courtroom and call him adorable. That's not what needs to happen. Excuse me while I ask the SWAT team to let me answer the door before they kick it. You're in another country. That would take, even if you confessed right now, live, and somehow had unrefuttable proof that you did it, it would still take, like, probably hours before whatever your equivalent to the SWAT team is would show up and kick your door in. I don't know what they call the special forces over there for the police departments or the constables or not Scarlet Yard. We talked about this. Scotland Yard, whatever they call them over there. I have no idea what the special forces squad looks like for them. Oh, you know what? In that movie, what is it? What was that movie called? Scotland Yard is a specific station. Okay, well, the people, the constables who work out of Scotland Yard will show up in their tactical gear and arrest you, but that would still take hours to happen. It's kind of cute. Oh, he's 100% committed to his fantasy. I can't remember what the name of the movie is. Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz. In Hot Fuzz, he's part of the SWAT team over there, and then he kind of loses his edge when he has to shoot a guy, so... Good boy. Just remember one thing. The boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that. I won't fail, I swear. I mean, he's married. If he's consummated the marriage, he's at least done that much. How's the hand? What? I haven't seen that movie since literally it was in theaters. Still a bit stiff. Oh yeah, he gets stabbed in the hand over and over again, right? Isn't that a weird thing? It's like every time he gets into a fight, he gets stabbed in the hand? Or like bitten in the hand or something? There's like 5 flashbacks in that movie, and every single time he gets stabbed in the hand. He gets stabbed in the hand by men dressed as Father Christmas. Oh, okay. I just remember there being like flashbacks of him constantly taking hand damage. I know that. I won't fail, I swear. Okay, then talk. We're all listening. Oh, well, let's all have a listen to this confession? Even the judge, who's barely, like, able to take care of himself, is confused. Witness testimony. Masked Artemas's identity. Truth is, I've been Masked Artemas all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Masked Artemas, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in this photo, that's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. Why is what has this pink got to do with everything? Like, it's everywhere and it's super obvious, but it hasn't come up really once in this trial. Huh. I don't like the direction this trial is taken. But this is how every trial goes, at least with me anyway. Ha! You're doing great. Hee hee hee. Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me. Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. Oh god, what did he promise him? I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Masked Artemas. Thank you so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. Sigh. Masked Artemas identity. The truth is, I've been Masked Artemas all along. Alright, let's press him. You may think you're the real Masked Artemas, but your wife thinks you're delusional. I haven't told Desi yet about my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons. With the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it? Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose. What should I do? It sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. Press it, let's see where this goes. So why are you withholding the truth from your wife? Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. And second, and there's one thing that Desi absolutely detests, It's criminals. If that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with? Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-aholic? Huh. So you have a complicated family situation after all. Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. I beg of you. I mean, you can't prove that I not actually masked Artemis, can you?
Hold it!
I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know, that you're the real masked Artemis and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy? It's not a complicated family situation. No, it's not. His wife is a shopaholic, and I guess he figured he wasn't making enough money, so he started thieving? Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway? Because you're the one making the outrageous claim for a change? Come on, Nick, you know that Mr. Delight couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already. Does he? Does he have a law degree, though? He's mentioned that he got one. But the little bit we know about college, he's being tried for murder, and he went to school to get an arts degree. I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly mask Artemis. Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we? For the time being, maybe I'll need to shift strategy. I should try to show that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the urn. Well, we know he couldn't have stolen the urn. Why is it at somebody else's house? He has the badge, respect it? I guess that's fine. That's fair. I don't have an alibi for the night of the urn was stolen, after all.
Hold it!
You've got no alibi. You've got no alibi, you ugly. That's gotta be what they were setting up, right? I've been a judge for a long time. U-G-L-Y. You got no alibi, you ugly. I have not thought about that in forever. Oh my god. And this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi. That's because he's not mentally sound. Did I tell you I was in Lordy Taylor that night? No. That's too vague. Even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement warehouse. Hold on. What is it, Nick? Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? If we can prove he had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake. Well, you're right, but... Ha! You think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee. Well, I think maybe I can. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi? Maybe. Hold on. Found in the KGB security building at around 1 a.m. the night of the crime. I'm guessing it's this? God, I hate it. You hate what? Which thing? There's a lot of things to hate right now. Oh, the song? I think I do. Yeah, I have evidence. I have the evidence, or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie? Oh, I've never seen you this angry before. Not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. I thought I was more common than angry. Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show this court evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime. Found in the security building at around 1 a.m. the night of the crime. Mr. Obvious, the CEO. Found Ron opens the serious security's office. It's got to be one of these two, right? If it's not the wallet, then it's got to be this. And we can prove that he was there because Larry Butts mentioned that it checks every time the CEO's card is used, it's recorded. So if we check the records, we can see that his card was used at like 12:45 or whatever, and that can prove that he was there at the time. So I don't know if it's the card or the wallet they want first. Okay, student's office. Leaves a record when used. I'm gonna start with the record, and then we'll go to the wallet if this fails.
Take that!
Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Ah, yes, it does. I had lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away. No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you had lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime? But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters. What? Surely you're not serious. Told you he stole it? What? What, stole his own wallet? That's his wallet. Yes, I am serious. That proves that Mr. Delight was, in fact, at KB Security that night. No! Or you mean Larry Butts stole... No, but he got the wallet from Larry Butts. He didn't steal it. It was given to him. You can say Larry Butts stole it. That would be potentially true. So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he was he has a watertight alibi. No! They kept it for some reason. Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordy Taylor and 8 KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyway. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? Stop drinking that coffee! Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. You're my new favorite. You're coming to live with me and my wife. It's a throuple thing, and I'm fine with it. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. It's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school. Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have to drop my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist. Planted it there? He's really reaching now. Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to the KB Security CEO's office? No! Ha, that was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. When he promised he'd keep him locked up, I assumed it was a BDSM thing. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing. What? Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to the KB Security in the middle of the night anyway? Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need more evidence after all. Grr, this stupid kid. Which is saying something considering Phoenix is only 26. Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Light went to the KB Security at 1 a.m. that night. Oh, the blackmail letter. Wouldn't the fountain pen found it? It's gotta be this, right? Yeah, it's gotta be this, because it says this even says like meet me at KB Security. Okay, I'm gonna present this and see what happens. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct? That's... What is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. Blackmail? Yes. Basically, it says, bring $50,000. That certainly sounds like blackmail, all right. At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself. In the KB Security CEO office, full half an hour away from the scene of the crime. Oh no! I'm gonna burn his throat if he drinks like that. Order, order, order! So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security? It was like a perfect case for the defense.
Objection!
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Coffee jug! Oh god, no. Well, let's just say that my no blend number 107 impresses me a lot more. Wait, you just told us 107 was too bitter, you idiot! What are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company? But did you actually investigate this CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that. I'm not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I'm think of you. Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright. I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite? There is someone else who can testify. There's the person who can testify that the key card was used at 1 a.m. that night. Alright. It's gotta be Larry, right? While working on the night of the crime. It's gotta be Larry. Why would he? This isn't a blackmail case. This was a theft. This is just extra work. Yeah, no, this is completely unrelated to this crime. This is completely insane that the judge is letting this go on, and it's completely insane that the defense attorney is doing this. This is complete nonsense. It's gotta be Larry Butts.
Take that!
Who is this useless looking young man? You don't remember him, Your Honor? Not exactly. Just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat. Looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. Probably blocked that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night. Oh? The question at hand is this key card. Yep, that's the key card that we use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You need to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. As you can see, there's no evidence to There's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this key card's data. Whoa! I guess this is a spit take. Well, Mr. Gadot, the name of the CEO of the KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the key card data, and here. So what does it show? Each key card has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, the card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime. Key card updated in the court record. And it runs while it used on October 12th, the night of the crime at 1 a.m. That means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Masked Star Damask in this photo. Ha! Looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe. So then. Ron Delight was clearly in the office of the KB Security CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Masked Star Damask. Good job, you did it, Nick. That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of Thief. What's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Erg. Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. Oh, I thought there was going to be one more. I thought there was going to be legitimately one more. Court is now adjourned.
Screech!
October 13th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 4. Nick, you did it. You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy! Oh, Miss Delight. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I could ever repay you. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Miss Delight. You could pay me? I'm a judge, or I'm a lawyer doing my job. You could pay me with money? Wait, it didn't pass a verdict on the actual criminal? No, because this is a trial for Ron Delight. Now they have to have a trial for Luke at Me, which is going to be a separate event. We probably won't be involved with that, though. I just know I'm Miss Light. I just know I'm blushing. Congratulations, Mr. Nick. Oh, pearls. I've got a bad feeling about this. Gasp. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just, You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself. Ouch. She slapped me. Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Yes, Mr. Nick. Yes? You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client? No. You got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Ow. A double slap. Well, anyway, all well that ends well, right? We've got the sacred urn back and the thief has been caught. Ah, I see, yeah. You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here. Actually, it was you, Miss Delight, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. If we won the case, why does this guy still look so glum? Ugh, I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is, come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Oh god, this has gotta be him. Gotta be him. Put that child in a cell, hold her in contempt. The case is over. That's at this point it's just assault. It's not actually contempt of court because the court's over. Mr. Godot, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered. Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before? It's the CEO we just talked about, you idiot. Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, but body? The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th! Wow, so instead of theft, he's going to be a murderer now, huh? 1 a.m. on October 12th, you don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. Nani? So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, you figured it out already, haven't you? Yeah. Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Help me out? What? On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Rhonda Light was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbrued with utter rage. What are you saying? Imbrued with rage? Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Rhonda Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB Security? Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the news that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi. No way. He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No, that's a lie. It can't be true. Oh, but I'm a thief, I tell you. Rhonda Light, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. What? This is impossible. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. Uh-huh? You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't be back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? I've never returned from the depths of heck I've returned from the depths of heck to do battle with you. This has gotta be. There's a robber of life? I stole his life. That's some luck right there. It is. That's insanity. I've returned from the depths of heck to do battle with you. This has gotta be the cowboy detective guy. It has to be. At least let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy, what the heck is he? He's gotta be the cowboy detective. Has to be. With his face, the exaggerated Adam's apple, the fact he knows us and the weird way he talks about stuff, calling us amigo. I think that the cowboy detective called us amigo. It's gotta be him. Talking about he's back from heck. Because he was in jail. It's gotta be him. He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight. Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Ronnie! Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's gonna happen next? Is this whole one just gonna be about Ron Delight and all the weird stuff that keeps happening to him? Like, we're gonna prove he didn't murder the guy, and then we proved he didn't steal the statue, but then we have to prove he wasn't the one who, like, ran over someone on the drive home, and then we have to prove he's not the one who, I don't know, like, stole something else, or like, I don't even know, like, burnt down a house. He's not the one who burnt down a house when he got home or something. He's not on the... He's not Princess Leia. Yeah, he starts doing identity theft, and he starts pretending instead of being masked, Star to Mask, he's a bunch of other random people he was pretending to be. This is absolutely insane. This is so absurd at this point. October 13th, 3:02 p.m. It's the next day. Wright & Co. Law Offices. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose. I don't buy it. The one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder? I think I'm going to head back to Koran Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mr. Klein, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. Girls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Sacred urn given to Pearls. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. What to do? So what do we do now? Isn't it obvious? We get out there and investigate the murder. First, we'll need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy. Sigh. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own from Mr. Delight. Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center, too. Sacred urn? You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh? You bet. But there's something a little different about it. Huh? Don't at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Ami. That's true. Apparently he fixed it up the way it was supposed to be. Like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus the base has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure there weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repair accident turned Mystic Ame's name into I am. And the repair was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that the urn is a fake? I'm sure Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to Koran Village. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, I haven't been back to Koran Village in a long time. Koran? So I guess people still go to Koran Village to do their training, right? Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. Why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. Channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious, otherwise real tragedies can happen. Is what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in her village? It happened because the power of channeling was misused. What? No, it wasn't. It was a conscious effort between her aunt and another woman to actively frame her for murder. What are you talking about? When a medium uses the Koran technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That's not what happened in that case! That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. It's like being the master of Crane is going to be a heavy responsibility. So they're actively lying to the player. I guess it's to convince them to, like, go buy the old one and play it? Phoenix has the memory of a goldfish? Well, he remembers the incident, but he's remembering it wrong? Or, like, actively lying to the player? It's really odd. Oh, wow. Wait, why do we need to go back here? Wait, why do we need to go back to this place? October 13th, Lordy Taylor Main Exhibition Hall. The Treasures of Crane exhibit is all ruined now. Maya, I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. We can cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we've got the sacred urn back, maybe they can reopen it. Really? Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of Mass Mass Desire. That would probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, that's brilliant, Nick. We can clean up and be filthy rich. Whoa. Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Wait, we can still go to the basement? October 13th, Lordy Taylor Basement Warehouse. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews, what's she still hanging around here, down here for? So how's it going? What about the sacred urn? The urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? You mean it's been found? Yes. I guess they didn't tell her. It's been 24 hours since the end of that trial. No one called her to let her know that her stolen goods have been recovered? Yes, it was brought in during the trial today. Wait, today? Wait, wasn't the trial happening on the 12th and this is the 13th? I guess it was only an hour later. I was thinking it was the next day. Wow, really? You really are great. You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Master Damas' wife that found it. No, God. No, it wasn't. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. You're not gonna question that? Okay, talk. Okay, Damas' identity. We heard about it all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along? It's that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring Damas to guard the treasure. Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job. Hey, Nick. If she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Anime again? About 20 days ago. And when was it that Master Damas' calling card arrived? It was about 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. I guess that's it then. Detective Anime must have really wanted the sacred urn after all. I guess so? Night of the crime. What? So Master Damas murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. What are you talking about? What is happening? Did I miss something? Did I black out for a second? What? Did we not? I swear to God. We proved that Mask Star Damask was the other guy. What is happening? Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Adame? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that that's the way he always operates. That's just what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the thefts himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Mask Star Damask pretty well. Okay, so I have another question then. If he dressed up as Mask Star Damask and it was Mask Star Damask, why did his brooch fall off? Like, his brooch got ripped off of his body. But if he didn't fight with anybody, then how did that happen? Sacred urn. I'm so glad that you got your sacred urn back. Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different? Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Why would I? Oh! Okay. Okay. She's the one who broke it again and then put it back together correctly this time. And that's why it ended up with pink on it, and that's why she was cleaning it so much, is to try to get all the pink off of it. Okay. And that's why she's freaking out about it. Gotcha. What do you think this means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. So, do you know anything about the sacred urn? Who, me? In court today, Miss Delight brought the urn back. But it's a little different from the urn I remember. Huh? Okay, so, oh my God. So Miss Andrews does know something that she's not telling us. Nick, I want to find out about the murder, but I also want to know about the urn. I'd like to know myself. Another loose end to tie up, I guess. Alright. Wait, this is all still in our inventory? What? Oh no. It's gonna be like 5 pages long if this keeps up. Can I present her with this? The security camera was provided by Lori Taylor Department Store. I took a close look at it on the day after the theft. The timestamp on the photo is definitely real. Okay. Why are they bringing that up now? Detective Anime said he got hit on the back of the head with this by the thief. But that was obviously a lie. Because it turned out that Anime was the real thief. It's still hard to believe. It's like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm gonna take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I know I don't look it, but I have a complete confidence that I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so you never knew it was bent in the first place. She definitely broke that urn and definitely put it back together. Please be gentle with it. Do you know anything about this? I can add more, but I'm so busy taking care of everything in front of me. I still haven't given up on the Treasure of Koran exhibit. Oh, Miss Andrews. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Like the treasure exhibit is the only thing she has on her mind. Alright. I'm still very curious about this paint. Can we ask about this paint? It looks to me like it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The 11 part of it has shaped oddly in its it's shocking pink. I don't see how the color of the paint is any way important. You know what this feels like? This feels like when a little kid tries to come up with a lie, but they don't understand how, like, logic works yet. So they're just kind of spitting random things at you, and you have to kind of wade through them to find out what the truth is. And then you have to prove to them their own truth of what they already know. That's what this is like. It's like dealing with a little kid who doesn't understand how to lie yet. It's so weird. Like, is it this paint right here? I can't indicate the paint. Oh, wait, the box is here, right? That pathetic looking wooden box. Ah! That's the box that had the sacred urn in it. Don't touch it. There may be clues on it, the thief's identity on it. Grr. Makes it hard to make that box. Huh? You made that poor excuse of a box? Maya? What's that supposed to mean? I was so proud of it, sniffle sniffle. Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if Master Artemis had taken the box too. But, like, you can see the paint on this. Just, I don't know. Oh, there's the color. There it is. Is it this it? Oh, that's the sign, I think. Looks like a picture of a big signboard. All you can say is burr. I got it. Maybe it's supposed to ham mount. We've seen this. The problem is, I don't have any evidence to fight about. Unless it's the picture with the paint in it and the statue itself. What's that? I don't know, let me confront her and see what happens, I guess. Maybe we can do it now, maybe we have to do it later once we have more evidence or something. Kinda hard to say. The Sacred Urn. Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake? You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn was submitted at the trial was genuine? What? Like... Like this?
Take that!
Or, well, Miss Andrews, see, look, it was a fake after all. Huh? I mean, your evidence is fake too, as I expected. Oops, I guess this isn't going to help me. What? So I have convinced you, or... Do you have any evidence that the urn was submitted at the trial was genuine? Okay, yeah, we must not have the evidence we need for this. Because I don't have anything to tie it to the pink yet. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should be investigating and gather some more clues before I try again. Yeah, I guess I can... I don't know when we're gonna get to investigate this further. It's like the door to the actual storeroom. You see lots of boxes and stuff back there. Because that's where they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. Alright, let's move on and see if we get a chance at this later or something. That's really odd. What do we need here? October 13th, Anime Detective Agency. Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops. What do you expect now that they know he was actually Masked Star Damask? It's be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed. Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen. Well, he is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. Wasn't he in charge of the Masked Star Damask investigation all the way up to yesterday? Yeah, that was what I was thinking when we were talking about this. Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? You'd say something like, "There's nothing like a good murder case, pal." Points for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. Alright. So there's nothing else going on here, then. Maybe it'll be relevant. Yeah, I can't even look at any of this stuff. Okay, weird. Okay, yeah, I guess we just gotta move on for now. That's not Damask's hideout! We know that now! October 13th, Masked Star Damask's hideout. Oh, Nikki boy, Maya. Miss Delight? All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I know asking you for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I know I did. Miss Delight has such a vulnerable side. Okay, Ron Delight. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in it. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's nothing hard to imagine him snapping and screaming, "Please die!" I guess? He would never say that. Anyway, Miss Delight, he might not be a killer. But he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Miss Delight, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief? Ah, very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just don't understand how they could be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? Okay, love at first sight? So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just scroll in a little ball in a corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember that he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He had the buns then, too? Oh my god. This guy in the see-through pantyhose. Oh my god. He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it, he screamed. I could see the robber's face turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself, he came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like that, like I did. Sniff, sniff. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. Okay. With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future, Gulp. She's been kidnapped before. Okay, Detective Academy. I hate those kinds of people more than anything. You mean Ace Detectives? No, I'm fine with Ace Detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be an Ace Detective. Okay. That's a very niche hatred. She doesn't run into stuff she hates too often, and that's the only thing she hates. Oh, okay, there's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to the Detective Academy's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real Masked Sergeant Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah. And Detective Anime knew more about Masked Sergeant Mask than anyone else. That meant they mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions? That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said the Ace Detective isn't in right now. His secretary? She hates aces, especially Ace Hardware. Well, that would be even more specific. His secretary said the Ace Detective isn't in right now. His secretary. But I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office as a hideout. The bag was sitting right there on top of the table. I remember. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday, too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. KB Security. Miss Light, do you know about KB Security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So do you think he still works there, huh? Yet, according to what we learned for today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Ron quit, he doesn't work there anymore. It's like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Street is only about 20 minutes away, by motorcycle, that is. Larry told me it takes about 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. Make it to KB Security that fast. Are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass. Thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves. Aw, what a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. Alright, yeah, we're ready to go, I guess. Well, let's go talk to Ronnie and get his side of the story before we go over there. If he's available. Sometimes they won't be available until after you do other things, so let's see. October 13th, Detention Center Visitors Room. I already told you, it's not me. A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. Man, we don't have enough time as it is. Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands. I guess you're right. The guard over there looks a bit on edge, too. Come on, we'll just have to come back later. Okay, let's go check on some other place, Nick. Check out some other place, Nick. I guess Wright & Co. Then... I guess Damascus? And then we can go to the CEO office, okay. Oh. This is a weird looking office. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Wait. Was he... Hold on. Was he crushed by the safe door? Is that how he died? Oh my, where is this going? Because his lower half is inside of the safe. This is his upper half. His legs and like lower torso were inside of the safe. October 13th, KB Security CEO's office. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? Squish indeed. The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect in the CEO's office. What has that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys. Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Sure was, pal. Get him. Get him. That prosecutor made us real fools out of us. Yeah, I feel for you. No, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be like more like, oh, that was great. You guys get what you deserve, pal. Ho, ho, ho. Or something to that effect. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? If the gumshoe fits. Wow. Well, anyway. Point is, I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs. I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Now, if that little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating? Alright. Tell me what happened. It's amazing we get to interview Detective Gumshoe. In the last 2 modules, they wouldn't let us talk to anybody, and we had to find out most of the evidence at the trial. Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder. Okay, but thing is, I'm really not supposed to. Hey, come on. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Again, why is it a secret to keep, like... Why would you need to keep it secret from the defense? That doesn't make any sense. Things are really working against us right now, and we need help. Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal? Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. I don't know how I feel about this. It's like... I don't know, like, this looks weird to me. I mean, he's got this weird growth or whatever this is on his face, but something about this outfit just looks like it doesn't... That picture just doesn't look right. The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was CEO of KB Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Probably an object in this room. It happened at exactly the same time that Master Damas was stealing the urn. Autopsy report added to the court record. Time of death, 10:12 at 1 a.m. Cause, cerebral hemorrhaging from blunt trauma to the head. So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside that safe. Oh. Safe. Well, it is pretty big. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be the shape from when he fell. Well, Chain Make Money, welcome. How you doing, friend? What you been up to? How's work been treating you? Yes, Ika, how was your trip? I think we still need some more information about Mr. Bullard. Maybe you can start by getting the man's name right? Detective Adamy? So, what happened to Star Damas? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again, he keeps yelling. No, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that Detective Adamy? It was good. My grandma was more responsive this time around. We visited some places like Tokyo Sky Tree. Just arrived at work. Well, hopefully it's not too rough of a day, even if it is a Monday for you. My job tomorrow is going to be pretty brutal. We're basically the last day of like extremely physical labor that I have to basically do all by myself. So, not looking forward to tomorrow. It's also probably going to be the hardest area to work in because of how hard the ground is. So it's going to be a nightmare. Oh, you mean that, Detective Adamy? Ho ho ho. Okay, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Ho ho ho. Now the detectives I know, now that's the detective I know and love. Think about it. Adame was always around when a calling card showed up. He always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. You post the pictures on Discord, Ika? The only thing I saw over on the Discord was the food, which looked delicious, but... Or there was one... I think you posted one, right? Of, I remember a couple nature shots. I don't remember... But only a couple. Most of it was food, but again, delicious looking. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. Since I just knew he was the thief. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he kept bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's this one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of Ammonin case. There was a witness on that one. This is my food ones on Discord. I posted the others on the Zanebad cord. Oh, okay. A witness. Here I say the newspaper clipping. Since the theft is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. I could go through and post the highlights and stuff I had on yours if you want, though. If you want, it's up to you. Hey, this guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? Stolen, the gem and the thief. Precious gem, the Tear of Emin. Priceless. It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see, but now that she mentions it... An article of Master Damask's first heist. Oh my god, is that going to turn out to be Ron? Is that Ron Delight? No way. Hold on, hold on. Can I look at this? Is that Ron, or is it going to turn out to be Larry? My friend I went to Thailand with is going back. He leaves this Wednesday. Wow, he had a lot of fun then, eh? If he's going back already, he must have had a lot of fun. So is this Larry, or is this going to turn out to be Ron? Prosecutor Godot. Oh, that prosecutor. I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight. Yeah, I think he did it that way just because he knew it'd hurt more. That's why my gut tells me. That's what my gut tells me. So who is this Java Addict's masked maniac anyway? Prosecutor Godot, he's quite the enigma, huh? Thing is, pal, I never even heard of that guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office, came out of nowhere. That's right, he said that this was his first case as a prosecutor. And it's true, according to the records anyway, but... No way he's an amateur, he's an Iceman in court, a maverick that give me goosebumps. Goosebumps? You? Yeah, I know something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me, they all just turned the other way. Poor Detective Gumshoe, I had no idea you were so unpopular. No, that's not what I meant. That Godot guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. He asked me to come, but I can't get the time off. I would have gone? Well, I mean, it seemed like you two had fun with the videos you posted. But yeah, getting time off that short a notice is pretty hard. Especially in the construction business. I know I like to at least try to give like 2 weeks notice for my vacations if I can help it. Okay. Wait, what do you have to say about this blackmail letter? About this blackmail letter? Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. How would Kane Bullard have been blackmailing Ron the Light anyway? Well, Mr. Light used to work at KB Security, right? But what was it that made him quit? Nick, that's it. Maybe that's the same reason he's being blackmailed. Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now. Oh, alright. Ron's wallet? This is proof proof that Ron DeLite was here at the crime scene when the murder happened. His wallet and this key card, huh? I think we need to ask Mr. DeLite some more about these two things. Yeah, but he's being investigated. Yeah, I need to take some time off before summer hits again. I just got a lot of yard work I need to do, and I really want to do it before it starts getting back up into the hundreds. I'm thinking probably sometime in February right now. I gotta get it figured out sooner rather than later. And I can probably get most of it done in like 2 days if I kind of stay at it, you know. So I'll probably do like a Friday, Monday. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But again, not till February. I don't think anything else here is relevant. I guess we'll just start examining stuff. This rope. Anything fell out of the safe when it was opened? I don't think so. So you mean... Yeah, I think it's the string shows where and how the corpse was lying. You mean... the victim was killed by being crushed by the safe door? She can't be serious, can she? He just explained what happened! Why are you... Okay, the safe itself. Ew, think about it. A dead guy was lying in here all night. Yeah, oh, by the way, don't bother asking me about fingerprints. There was none. Well, somebody opened the safe on the night of the crime, right? Yeah, and so... Well, Mr. Bullard's body was hidden in there. Must mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? Yeah, I guess so. Ho ho ho. I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Opening this baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open this safe, pal. Yeah, and? Everyone that knows how to open this safe had airtight alibis. I checked. Everyone except one, that is. I'm almost afraid to ask. Former security chief, Ron DeLite. What? Ron DeLite? He was a security chief? Ron? So he knew how to open the safe, huh? Yeah, sorry for raining on your parade there, pal. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I'd quit my job and leave for Thailand. Fair. That's fair. I don't know. I don't know if I would move. I don't know if I would move if I won the lottery, but I definitely do some vacationing. Okay. Wow, look at that huge framed photo. Tall mountain rising majestically against the dark and cloudy sky. The title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise? Either this guy didn't get out enough, or he had really rotten luck with the weather. Maybe he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days. Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. You just... Yeah, she would just touch it. Hey, cut it out. Don't press that. That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that. Can we shut this off? What is that button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel. In not English. My brother's probably going to move permanently to Japan, or semi-permanently, it seems. Oh, really? My brother's probably going to move permanently to Japan. Oh. Because he lives close to you, right? Like you and, I guess your mom probably lives nearby also, right? Does he got to help out with a family, or he just wants a change of scenery? The emergency button around the panel. Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first? This alarm's connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security up here. Really? Then it's possible on the night of the crime? Oh, so when the CEO was attacked, you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think we better go and talk to the guard about this emergency buzzer. Emergency buzzer added to the court record. He has found love. Oh, so he's doing it for somebody else. Oh. The significant other. These look like some kind of bookshelf / rolling cabinet hybrid. Sniff. I can't in between these two shelves. Strain yourself trying. Looks like these shelves are controlled by a special panel. So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with a bunch of files. Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs they were hired to handle. Be a good night's reading if you got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, like UFOs or something. What? It's not a government contractor, it's a security company. This is at the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought. Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out just for a second. Oh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you, whip me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it. Ah, this is the life. The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. Yeah. Check out this big, thick binder here. Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work, just a little hard on the eyes. Ah. What did you find out, Nick? This file, it's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is all about mass star to mask. It's filled with info on it. What? What kind of info? It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods and the crime scenes. Huh? Hey, Nick, look at the last page. It's a list, let's see. Tier of Eminem, 100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Mass Star to Mass stole. But then 100,000 is the value of the stolen item? I don't know, that number sounds kind of low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. Kane's list added to the court record. Found on the table at the crime scene. This is getting really in-depth. If it wasn't for the weird wackiness of the actual stuff going on during the trial, this would be probably pretty interesting. It's just hard to take some of this stuff serious. Can I present you with... I guess I should probably keep this a secret. Yeah, I'll ask them about it. If it's supposed to be a secret, they'll tell me. So about this. Huh? What's that? Hey, wait a minute. Maya, what's wrong? Copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. So, what are you two blustering about? Oh, it's nothing. It's just my blunt billfold. That's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. Now I really want to show it to me. Now I really want you to show it to me. That's nothing. Okay. Let's go to the security room. Wow, that is elaborate. What's up with this weird jacket? October 13th, KB security guard office. Wow, this is really something else. Yeah. For a security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure. KB security guard, uh-oh. I just married Larry might be. Hey, Nick, what's up? So he is here. Ew, how's it going, dude? You got my sweet little Maya with you, too. Hi, Larry. There is working my fingers to the bone. Walks an angel. I've got no problem with a daytime date. It's all good. No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case? Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's so helplessly clueless. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, have I got some good info for you. Really? What is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya, but Nick here is a different story. But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then and this is now. This music's having like a stroke. The good info. So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry? Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free. You want a bribe? I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest? Can you talk to him, Maya? Larry, tell us already. What's the good info? Hey, I like that. This kitten has got some claws. Okay. You really want to know? Yes, so tell me. Okay, so the thing is, Ron Delight was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. But 1 year ago, Ron Delight was fired. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that? Like maybe skipping out on work to go pick up hot chicks or something? No, that's just you. Security guard. So what is it like to be what's it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me, I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eyes on those monitors all the time. Monitors? There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. Oh. And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What team? The security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't bother calling them. So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. I mean, technically, yeah. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? This is just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment. And I'm dumb. Even if it's part-time and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security. Hey, give me a break. Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. It's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyway, the point is you were here the night, right? Well, we know he wasn't in where he was supposed to be because he was wandering around and found Ron Delight's wallet. So we know he was out of the security office. Oh no, I knew something smelled bad and it was the butts after all. It's like I always say, that was the then and this is now, okay? It looks like I'm going to have to break his Psylocks after all. Okay, let me examine the room first. That's my partner's seat. Or partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady. Oh, God, no! Oh, God, no. Not both of them, not at the same time. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. Miss Old Bag cannot also be here.
Holy cow.
Oh, God. No, not her, too. Okay, it's fine.
Get back to work, you slacker.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm gonna... No, I'm down to my last Pocky. I find out Old Bag is here and I'm down to my last Pocky. Kind of a weird old lady. There's tea spilled all over that machine, you know. Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. It still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess. What an absolute nightmare. Oh, I guess these are the monitors. These screens there show what's going on all over the building, everywhere. It's my job to keep them a steady eye on them, all of them. I wouldn't sound so smug if I were you. Can you watch regular TV on these too? Anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working. It's Larry. Hey, Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on it. How do you know that, Larry? Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking, but it's a professional investigation, alright? Oh, get back. Oh, that's aimed at Larry? Get back to work, slacker? Yeah. Seriously. Wow, take a look at these things. Hey, Larry, what are they? Did you say, Hey man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decoration or something. Oh boy. How did this guy ever get a job here anyway? I mean, it looks like some kind of radar display, which is really odd. Like, I don't know what this is supposed to represent. Like, this looks like it's outside, maybe. And these are definitely, like, radar displays. Power, like, levels and stuff to adjust. Like, this is just a bunch of nonsense, right? Hey, Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. Did you know that you hung it right on top of some kind of lever? Yeah, sure. I was told to never ever touch that lever. She scowled and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, greenhorn? So why hang your jacket on such an important lever? Because it got me curious. The jacket's weight pulls the lever down. That's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what'll happen, huh? It's true. It's killing me, too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. Okay, what's this note say? Something is written on this poster in fine print. A guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. Number 1, obey thy superior. 2, respect thy superior. 3, smile at thy superior. 4, salute thy superior. 5, buy donuts for thy superior upon command. It's signed Windy Old Bag Head Supervisor. Yep, called it. He's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you come face to face with a real genuine ray gun. What? What? Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately she's on vacation, that's why I'm so relaxed right now. Oh, thank you, God. She's gonna show up. There's no way they're gonna mention her and not show her, right? There's no way. There's absolutely no way that they're not gonna have her show up randomly. KOB? That's my workstation, pretty cool, huh? I keep a steady eye on the monitors and use that mic for communicating. Look at all this equipment. It must be hard to operate. No, Biggie. I think there's an instruction manual somewhere in this room. Somewhere? Instruction manual? What are you gonna do in an emergency? Well, I guess I'd start by calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what us security professionals call teamwork. Even Mom Pearl could run this place better. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Smells like old bag. Examine everything with even a whiff of old bag on it. Oh my god, there's an achievement for that. That's messed up, actually. So I guess we've investigated everything that has to do with Windy Old Bag. Maybe she won't show up. Okay. Can you give us more details about this wallet? Hey Larry, there's something I want you to look at. Hey Nick, I told you, I'm a pro, and you don't interrupt a pro when he's working. I don't have time to sit and chat with you, alright? Oh, is that right? Oh, naturally I've got time for you though, Maya. We're gonna have to squeeze this guy if we want to get more info out of him. Okay, I guess we just gotta hit him with this and see where this goes. The night of the crime. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Huh? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? But didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Miss Delight? But that was that. And this is this. Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night, too? Never. I didn't sneak out. I tell you what, I'll even bet you $1. $1. Wow, now that's confidence. What's with the drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence that I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Seems that Larry was not monitoring his station when the murder happened. I'll give me security. Wasn't he the one who found this? It's gotta be that, right? find on the table at the crime scene an article of Master's first heist. Get to the basement security guard office, there's no fingerprints on it. Yeah, it's gotta be the wallet.
Take that!
This wallet. You know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar! You had it hand-delivered this wallet to Miss Delight just yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. This time it was when you found this wallet. Oh, what time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock in the morning? That's right. In other words, Larry, the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. I have the feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of this. He doesn't, because he's an idiot. Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. Because we have the time of death, the autopsy report.
Take that!
Phew, boy, you really had me scared. I've never seen anyone look so relieved in my whole life. What? What's with that little lamb that you can't get to sleep look on your face? I guess I'm gonna have to rattle this cage a little bit more. Listen up, Larry. What? The autopsy report says the time of death was 1 a.m. No, I don't want to look at that, please. Used on October 12th, the night of the crime at 1 a.m. Is it this?
Take that!
Larry, okay, when you use these key cards, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does. But I can't show that record to just anyone, you know. The card data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like this is supposed to go through me. Why does that sound a bit of an arrogant coming from a part-time guard? Anyway, according to that data, the door to the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way. Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Oh. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Yar. Yar? Yar, no. Unlock successful. The night of the crime. Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault. Larry, there was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with, too. Man, what happened that night anyway? My Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said, I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her, and he was standing right there next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy shocked me. Wait, the guy shocked me right in the kiss. Socked me right in the kisser. Normally I'd be the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya? Yeah? So is that why you left the security guard office? Wah! So, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I ever make it up to you, Nick? What can I do? What? Wah, wah, wah. He curled up on the floor crying like a baby. Oh, boy. Nick. Is there anything I can do? Anything. I just name it. I'll do whatever I have to do to make it up to you. I swear I will. Larry. Hey, Nick. As long as he's offering, why don't you just show him the evidence we've got? She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him. Nick! Okay. Like, what, though? Maybe the newspaper clipping? I think you know how much I want to help you guys, but I really don't know what to say about that. Okay. What is it, Nick? It's just that he seems so, I don't know, pleasant? The buzzer? The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right. Just like my heart's connected to yours, Maya. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Hee, thanks. I try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. Oh, I guess I have to... Why doesn't it just trigger? I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the 3rd floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the 1st floor. I thought it would be a good idea to, adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? It's true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did, and I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. Do you think you could take one more look for me? Pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. I don't think even Larry could make a mistake. What? What is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake. Huh? But how? It can't be. It's impossible. Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went off just once, in the morning, at around 1 a.m. 1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? It's terrible. It can't be. The buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. on October 12th in the CEO's office. I'm very curious on where they're going with this. Do you know anything about this? Okay. Presents. You guys have really made me reflect on the ways I've been living. But the only problem is with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated, you know? What are you going on about? Larry. Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record? Huh? The record? No, nothing at all. It reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. I don't know. So was this the car that was used by the culprit that night? Well, going off the serial number, then yeah. This card was used to open the CEO's office door at 1 in the morning. The client had this card, right? Then it's a no-brainer. He's the killer, man. Nerd. Ah, that's the one I found. You found it when you snuck out to work to get your socked in the kisser, right? I didn't sneak out of work to get socked in the kisser. If I had been more responsible at work, I might have spotted the murderer on the monitor like I was supposed to. Larry, you really do feel bad, don't you? Yeah, well, maybe it's all for the best. I think it's brought Desi and I closer together. It's like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. You gotta see that old water glass is half full, am I right? Now he's starting to sound like the Larry I know. Don't forget, Nick, half full. So wait, you're telling me with all the cameras and equipment in here, it doesn't record any of it? There's no recording of who went in and out of the office that night? Okay, do you know anything about this? So what about this? Huh? You shouldn't have. A love letter for me? No, sorry. This is a blackmail letter. What? How do you know about that, Maya? Huh? How much is Alexis demanding this time? Huh? Who is this Alexis? Didn't we show him this letter yesterday, too? I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, I do remember him showing... I guess we did show it to him last time. Do you know anything about this? Okay, maybe we can ask about people? Wait, what do you know about him? really sorry, Nick. I swear I want to change my ways, but the thing is, I don't have any interest in men. He needs to get his mind out of the gutter. There's your stereotypical guy, alright. Can you tell me about your boss? The CEO of our company was a pretty good guy. Huh? Really? Yeah, you bet. You know how I'm not very good about working hard, right? Yeah, I kinda noticed. Well, guess what the boss said to me about that? I don't expect much work from you, Larry. In return, just don't expect much pay. I see. I mean, I guess he had to follow some kind of dumb law about having security in the building. So in order to pay the lowest wage possible, he went to the bottom of the barrel. To be honest, I really looked up to the boss. If I ever grew up to be a CEO, I want to be just like him. Don't worry, Nick. I promise I'll hire you for security. Alright, Larry, thanks. Do you know anything about this? About mask to mask? Sorry, Nick. Sorry, I want to change my mind. You know about Desi? That Desi is one awesome lady, alright. It's been a long time since I felt this way. I think I'm really in love this time. A long time, huh? Yeah, well, except for what I feel for you, Maya. I don't think even he knows what he's saying anymore. Okay, so I guess we're about done here. I don't think there's anything else to examine. It's the chocolate milk, I'm assuming. Which, in my personal preference, is very gross. Yeah, nothing new to talk about. Okay, I guess we're good to go? I guess we should give him the information about this. Detective Gumshoe, about this right here. Sorry, it's hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much my brain can hold. I got 2 ears and 2 eyes, and I only got 1 brain. Your eyes and the ears. The jury's still out on the brain thing. Hey Nick, if we have something to say, just come out and say it. Alright, so we can't even present him with about the fact that Larry messed up. I guess Larry's just gonna get away with it? This is his first heist, and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was going to get him, so I was clearless and lost the info on the witness. By witness, do you mean the guard in this photo? Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try catching Masked Star to Mask. But he got away anyway, huh? That guard? I had the weird feeling that I've seen him around lately. Yeah, that's gotta be Ron. That's Ron DeList. Or, DeList? Wait, is it DeList? Delight, Ron Delight, yeah. Delight, yes, Delight. Okay, so it's gotta be we can go and talk to Delight now, right? Did we get anything we should give to her? You know about this? Excuse me, would you take a look at this? Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't the faintest idea. I guess I just don't get out enough. You know anything about this? Or the murder? Nope. Okay, yeah, we don't get anything from her then. I don't want Old Bag to show up. Okay, he's got to be out of the detention, right? He's not here yet? Wait, what? What are we missing then? Is there... Did I actually miss something we needed to investigate here? No? Also, what about this secretary? We've yet to meet the secretary. Also, the pink paint, by the way, very similar color to the stuff that's in the basement of the building. Maybe that's what we're missing. Maybe we have to go and get that out of her? But I don't have evidence to support the stuff she's wanting. Move to the night of the crime. Nice emblem is top secret. Those are the treasures room. Unless it's this, maybe? I don't know what we're missing. I feel like we've talked to everyone about everything, and it feels like it's time to go to the detention center and talk to Ron now. Secret urn thing. The same urn as before. Well, it's true. It's the same, but it could be a fake. A fake, and the one who said it was the same. It's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that urn was submitted at the trial was genuine? The urn at the trial was genuine. Yeah, I don't
Take that!
Yeah, we really don't, I guess. The evidence of this submitted. Is it like something weird, like? Where's camera set on the opposite room? We're at the night of the crime. Tried this before? That was the fake too, as I expected. Oops, I guess this is a bad approach. To convince you, or... Striking a pose. Yeah, I don't have anything that would line up for what she's talking about. Unless it's supposed to be something like I present... I just have to use knowledge that he is, in fact... Unless it's supposed to be like I present Luke Adame and then we pretend that he's the authority? This isn't a disciple. Pleasant and channeling prodigy has an amazing, powerful spiritual ability. His masked sergeant mask. He used to work as a guard for the KB security. Planning promotion and security of the treasure exhibits. Yeah, I don't know what they want from me for this. Checking to make sure I didn't miss something somewhere. This might be a look it up kind of one because I don't know. Maybe we present Larry and you mentioned something about Larry? What about this person? Alright, pal, to be honest, my head is so full right now. So keep hair away from Gumshoe's head. Yeah, Phoenix loves his hair pretty good. Let me see. Alright, thank you, Echo. I'm trying to think who else we would need to talk to and present stuff to. Let me see your evidence. Okay, so... we still got all the stuff from the trial, basically. And then the new things we got were the autopsy report, the newspaper clipping, the CEO office buzzer, Kane's list, and the buzzer record. Old stuff? Okay. Treasure exhibit poster, the mask's calling card, Amy Faye's golden statue, the camera data, security camera photo, Shai Chaito, the bent sword, the blackmail letter, and Ron's wallet. I guess technically the CEO office key card? Or, the publicity photo of a shot of mask to mask striking a pose. Well, Shadow's Ame standard looks like it was torn off of some clothing. The only thing I can think of is we need to present Larry or the detective with some item and... Did Did you do Larry Psylocke? Yes. We got Larry Psylocke done. And he was willing to answer questions about stuff. Check the jail. Oh, I thought we went to the jail. I swear we went to the detention center. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, there's no one at the jail. Just the very nervous cop. The guard monitors the visitor's room. It's like he doesn't have much to do right now. You can tell because he's looking at the camera and making funny faces. Smile, you're on candid camera. The camera doesn't seem to have a lot to tape right now. The only thing it's watching now is the guard over there. It feels like we need to come to the jail and then talk to someone. There must be something else we need to talk to Larry about. If... okay, it's gotta be here. CEO's office. If it's saying after you talk to Larry and break his Psylocke, you need to go to the jail, that means we forgot to talk to him about something. I don't know what it could be, but... I'm the crime, security guard, good info, emergency buzzer. You know anything about this guy? Sorry. Okay. On into men. Adrian Andrews? Whoa. Who is this? Come on, man. Don't let on me. Forget about it. You don't need to know, and I'm not telling you. Hey now, I thought we were pals. That's a main thing for girls with black sleeveless shirts and glasses. How do you know that? They have an orange-colored memo pad. I'd really lose my cool. Isn't he making that up? You can't really know it. No Adrian, can he? It's the same thing he said last time we presented her. We asked about this, we asked about this. This doesn't make any sense. I used to have a zero interest in all this old junky stuff, but now that I knew a new person, well, kind of see the appeal. Hey, I get it. Why don't we go all visit one of those musty old temples next time? I think I could actually learn to like this new Larry. Yeah, but he still hasn't told us anything useful. Present Kane Bullard's profile. Gumshoe doesn't really have much info on him. The victim, Gumshoe, will say Bullard often uses money to trade secrets with rival companies. Oh, okay, so that's what we're missing. Is we need to present... Okay. Alright, so I need to ask about the CEO. Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebard. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard, pal. Oh, yeah. The victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on him. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Okay. Examine buzzer and also present blackmail letter. Okay, it turns out KB used to failed many times. As a result, they started losing money. And that's why Bullard has been blackmailed on. After talking, examine the thick file starting on the table at the bottom of the screen. File about mask star to mask. It has everything in it. His me. Examine. His me. What? In it? His me. Examine buzzer and also present blackmail letter. Okay, we already did. We did the buzzer and the folder and stuff. So this is the only thing I think we're missing is just talking about the CEO. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just babbling like an idiot right now. Okay, Nick. Now's our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask. Yes? Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bullard. Oh, we have to talk to him about it now that it's unlocked. Sorry, I'm actually looking at myself. Okay, now we have to talk to him because for some reason it won't just play. Can you tell us some more about Mr. Bullard? He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway? Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets during doing this kind of work. Oh, and I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber? Really, me too. I just love money. I can't even get enough. Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. Let me go already. Apparently he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. Oh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded. Yeah, oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Master to Mask. What? Really? Yeah, and after messing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? Okay, so now we can present the blackmail letter. About this blackmail letter. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. Why would Kane Bullard have been blackmailing Ron the Light anyway? Well, Mr. Light used to work at KB Security, right? What was it that made him quit? Nick, that's it. Maybe that's the same reason he's being blackmailed. Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now. Oh, alright. So that's... We already kind of know about that? Maybe we can present him? I kind of feel sorry for him. He's kind of a sad young guy. And he seems to have a habit of always getting arrested prematurely. Well, it's just my personal opinion, but I think the police should have investigated the whole thing more carefully. And weren't you the one that arrested him with a giant goofy smile on your face? Come on, we don't have the time to start with that. Let's just leave it alone. Okay, fair enough. Buzzer and also present blackmail letter. Yeah, we did all that stuff, so maybe now we can go to the jail. Yes, okay, perfect. So that's what we were missing. We didn't ask him about the CEO and then talk to him about him. Okay. October 13th, detention scissor visitor's room. Mr. Wright. Mr. Delight, did they finish their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore. Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see, after this you can find the pink glue and stuff in the exhibit basement. Oh, okay, so we can actually go figure that out now. That's glue? That's pink glue. Oh, God. Okay. You see, on the same night the sacred urn was stolen from Lori Taylor department store, a blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And then that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Okay. Alright. Master to Mask. Mr. Light, do you still insist that you are Master to Mask? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? It was a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Light, at the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? It's a pretty serious witness explosion. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. Guess that explains why the nose? I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time. And then the person dressed up as Master to Mask in this photo. Gotta be Detective Atney. Okay. The night of the crime. So that night, you didn't go to Lori Taylor, and you went to KB Security, right? Yes, I went to KB Security at the time of the blackmail note said I should. Alright, what happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the key card to unlock the door. That's probably when he dropped his wallet. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone. Wait. What? Then suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam. Was it Kane Bullard that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body. So that's why you put it in the safe? Yes, that's right. Or paint, I don't know. Yeah, whatever the pink stuff is going to turn out to be. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there, for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick. All of a sudden, Mr. Delight kind of sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. Okay, the outline they showed was of Luke Adamy. But he couldn't have been in two places at once. I think, is it going to be the messed up thing if it's going to go back to, it turns out, his wife is like the thief or the murderer? And we're going to end up putting her in jail instead? Oh, that's going to be messed up. Why you were fired? Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit KB Security? How did you... I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi, please. Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Phew, thank goodness. No, but I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why have you been hiding it from her anyway? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief. She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water? There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money, except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyway. So he became masked to mask for Desi? Huh. What? But what? We know that's not true. What? So was this blackmail letter written by KB Security's CEO, Kane Bullard? I think so, probably. You can only get into the CEO's office if you have a key card. And the blackmail letter said to meet at KB Security. Guess no one other than Mr. Bullard could have written the letter then. Okay. Do you know about this? Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. But you're right there. Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. But mask started to mask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right, I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I had my mask started to mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, huh? I'm sure even the devs know who is masked. Yeah, they might not know. I have no idea what's going on. Pretty clever, huh? Wow, awesome. Hey, hold the phone. The card in this photo. Is that you, Mr. Delight? That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself. Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearl could see through that in a heartbeat. Wait, both of you didn't realize this, though. What are you talking about? Newspaper claiming updated in the court record. But as you might expect, Detective Adamy found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective. Adamy found the master to mask disguise? That's interesting. Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him. So that's it. That's when Adamy got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. It must have been really time-consuming, huh? Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days later, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Blackmail letters? You got them starting when? Tell me more, now. Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. Okay, blackmail letters? This blackmail letter, is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the tier event. Emin heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it. So someone found out about your true identity just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I got proof that it was you, so give it up, it went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box, the letter specified, someone sent me $10,000. What? No one said anything about me being worried, you know? After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Okay. Plans? Heist plans. What are these plans you're talking about? They were instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escort route, escape routes, they even suggested training methods. Do you mean that the one who planned the heist wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. It's like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was masked star to mask after all. Wait. Okay, wait. Okay, so he is the thief, which is odd. And then Luke Artemy used his first costume to pretend to be him to steal the sacred urn for some reason. And then confessed to being the actual thief. I bet he's being blackmailed by his own wife. I bet his wife is blackmailing him, taking the things he stole, sells them so she has lots of money, and then is giving him like an allowance of the stuff he earned, like a cut of it. Everyone is masked? Apparently if everyone is masked. Then the CEO found out that it wasn't the letter wasn't for him. The letter was for the wife, and that's why the wife was out that night and got a speeding ticket, because she was trying to rush away from the CEO's office where she was the one who killed him. So Ron Delight was masked star to mask after all, but someone else is behind the thefts? Someone who planned them all out in detail? All I had to do was deposit the treasure I stole into the safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. Did you try not to look so gleeful about it? So you went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans too? Well, see, truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. Mr. Delight, is everything you just told me the truth? Yes. But please don't tell Desi, okay? From the mass second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. Ron's testimony added to the court record. Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you. Yes? But please don't hurt me. Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid that he discovered what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I have an alibi, right? I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Mystic Maya. Pearls? Hey, Pearly. I'm back. Hey, Pearls, so what have you been up to this whole time? Wait, what? Didn't Pearl say she was going back to Crane Village after the trial at 2? And it's like 3 now. She's only been gone an hour. It takes like 4 hours to get to Crane Village or something like that. The sacred urn, Mr. Nick, I took it back to Crane Village to have it examined. And what did you find out? Well, there's no need to worry. They said it's the real urn. Whew! That's a relief. I was really worried. But there's one small problem. Problem? These cute little pink splotches? They said that it's paint and that they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We've got to find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yeah, yes, Mr. Nick, we got to find out how they got there. Okay. We'll go find out how they got there. Please don't forget about me. Found in Automy's office, covered in pink splotches, but it's a genuine article. Sacred urn refilled into the court record. Refiled into the court record. This is absolute insanity. That's kind of strange. What is? Up until now, Mask Star to Mask has gone after famous works of art of treasure. Why did he suddenly decide to steal this plain-looking urn that nobody would want? You make it sound like you had nothing to do with the theft. Well, it wasn't me that chose to steal this urn. Ron's Sesame heist on he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. Buzzer went off at 1:02 a.m. on October 12th in the CEO's office. I mean, the other option is that if it's not his wife that was actually leading him with directions, it was the CEO could have been doing it, I guess, because he technically was the one fighting Mask Star to Mask. Man, this is really messed up stuff they're going with on this one, team. Okay, at least we have the statue of this to prove that it's real to what's-her-face. Let's go confront her. Oh, that's the wrong... Nope. I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. There we go. Wait. How do I... Oh, basement. There we go. Oh! October 13th, Lordy Taylor, Basement Warehouse. Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you. Hello there. I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. Oh, I see. Maybe if we take another good look at this urn, we can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. Nick, let's look around one more time. Okay, let's look at the box. This box, there's something about it that's bothering me. That's the box that the sacred urn was in. Looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. And it's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. I think I know how the paint got on it. Alright, let's investigate it again, Nick. Urn box added to the court record. A wooden box that had the sacred urn in it. Has pink paint stains on it. Okay. Can we tie that to this paint, then? Looks to me like it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is shaped oddly, and it's shocking pink. Mr. Nick, could it be that the odd shape is... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Ah, that's the box the sacred urn was in. If you look here, there's a little bit of the paint on the box as well. Wow, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out to be exactly as I thought it would. Paint marks added to the court record. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. Why is there a micro mystery involved on top of the regular mystery? We can't look at the paint. Okay. Okay, I guess we can probably talk to her, right?
Take that!
The sacred urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn? If I know anything, I'm charged to entire exhibit. The urn was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same as urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. Fake? You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence the urn was submitted? The trial was genuine. Well, we had it tested. I know it's covered in pink color, but it's the genuine article.
Take that!
Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Cran Village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how... What she discovered was that the urn had been broken. Again. Did you say, again? Yes, it was broken once a year ago. And now it looks like the same thing has happened. Quite recently, too. Recently? Are you saying that the urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? Well, the pink on the box, actually. Urn fits in the gap perfectly. One box that had the sacred urn in it has pink stains on it.
Take that!
Mr. Wright, huh? Why do you think it was broken recently again? Well, because, I just think so. It's not a valid explanation. What? What? No, it was. It was broken recently. Come on. You know it. I'm not willing to yield to you on this point. Get a grip, please. And I'll ask one more time, Mr. Wright. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? Urn fits... This?
Take that!
What? Are you kidding? Am I missing? Still missing an object? Present the urn again?
Take that!
No? Apparently not? What? I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should have... What? Our character literally said, I think I know what's going on now. What else? The victim enemy said he got hit in the back of the head with this by the thief. That was obviously a lie. As it turned out that Anime was the real thief, it's still hard to believe. Looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I don't know how to look at it, but I completely fix it right up. Promise I'll fix it so you never knew it was meant in the first place. Please be gentle with it. Okay, is it the statue? The statue wasn't where it was when we first came here, right? Yeah, it was right next to the door, wasn't it? Well, if someone moved it, it was probably mask star to mask. Oh, you have to present the exhibition poster? I guess to show that it was broken again? Maybe he didn't like being watched by that mystic Ame while he stole the urn? Hey, cut it out. You're giving me the creeps with that kind of talk. Phoenix, she literally talks to ghosts, you idiot! Okay, so that's what we're missing. Alright.
Take that!
The sacred urn. Sanders, you know. True. Or shit, maybe it's a fake. You know, the evidence that is submitted to the troll was genuine. I do actually now. And that.
Take that!
Sorry to break the tape, but the urn is in the genuine article. Trolls went back to the village, blah blah blah. Again, yes, it was broken once a year ago. Now it looks like something happens again, quite recently too. You're saying that this urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? So it's... I guess just because it shows a different Ame on the front of it? This poster, it was made recently, right? Poster? Ah, the poster for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, this urn said, I am on it. Now, for some mysterious reason, it says Ami. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah! I am? What does that even mean? I don't even think about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now, tell the truth. Wait. Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yes, that's it. I must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. It looks like she's not going to give up on that last psyche lock so easily. Do you have any proof that the urn was broken here at Lordy Taylor? Okay, is this the pink? The box now? The box?
Take that!
Well, Miss Andrews, what is this supposed to mean? This urn has these pretty little pink paint splotches on it. And there's some on the box that urn was stored in, too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say? So what does that prove? That the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far? Yes? The rest of the story is obvious. The box was dropped right here in Lordy Taylor's basement warehouse. I can prove that means that the urn was broken here, too. So you can prove that? Can you prove that the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse? I assume that's what this is
Take
for?
that!
I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes, more or less. There's pink paint splatters on the floor and the walls of this basement warehouse. There's an odd shape imprinted in the part of the paint stain, am I right? Yes. If you put this box into the impression in the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means the box was dropped right over there. And that is when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. I guess because he is right? Well, we got half of a bar back. Sacred urn. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. Why does that make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher? I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand. It is Pearly. Is it Pearly? No, not at all. I just know how she feels. It happened about 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster photo was taken on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. I like this face out of context. Like, I just want this as like an emote as a reaction to things face. I really like that face. Just exactly, like anytime I just like I could see it being like Nani and then that face, the goofy fall in that face. Like the get back to work, you slacker, and it's just that face reacting like, oh no, I got caught by my boss. I really like this face. I might have to go back and see if I can't like cut this face out and turn it into an emote or something. When I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. Crash. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. The broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock. And I let out a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Kuran Village, so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the I am got changed to Ami. I didn't know how it was originally written. But any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Ami. Any sane person? Really? Oh, Pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one had seen it since then. Sacred urn updated in the court record. Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then placed in its box, kept out of sight. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. What? What do you mean? Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. Ami face statue. Oh. Ami face statue. The first time that we came down here, it was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen. But Mr. Nick, there was no paint marks on the wall or floor of the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On that day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearl? The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible. She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews? Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Well, then who was it? Who would have done it and why? Well, we know that the sword got removed. The day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day, it was moved. But why? Carried into the basement warehouse the day of the crime, moved again that night. It looks like There's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. Why? Why do you think so, Nick? Because that night, the real thief, Ron DeLight, was at KB Security. So then why did another masked Artemis show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. One undeniable fact? The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. To be continued. This story is absolutely wild. Absolutely insane. Alright. Oh, I thought it would keep going. Never mind. October 14th, 9:41 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 4. Hey, Nick. What is it this time? You don't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you know? It's Ty. They're having Detective Atmay's trial today. Detective Atmay? They say they're going to try him as Masked Star Damask. Already? That was fast. Well, I'd love to see Masked Star Damask's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. What? Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me! Oh, Mr. Delight. Good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a second. You don't mean you're the murderer? No. I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. He can be poor. Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heists. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murderer, Nick? Possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Huh? October 14th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Ron DeLight. I don't think we got any evidence that proves him innocent, did we? The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation in the last refuge of the week. What? Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with our opening statement, Mr. Godot. Ugh, he's got the judge in the palm of his hand, yet again. Ron DeLight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. What? I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Ah, you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war. That is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You don't understand now, right? You understand now, right? Yes, well then let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our lost little kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. The first one is always the best. Mr. Godot, your witness? Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron DeLight, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? Maybe a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but I remember when Maya was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. Put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! Got guts, Wright. Alright then, Mr. Ron Delight. Please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? Oh, no. No, that's not true. Okay, I did not expect that one. They got me, team. They got me. Huh. For a moment there, I thought you'd set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks pretty guilty with that face he's making. Oh, holy cow indeed, Duke. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha, very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to the KB security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. I visited KB security. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place? The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha, it's bitter today, too, just like my destiny. Never knew that from this way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. I visited KB security. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB security.
Hold it!
1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow. My internal clock was also a bit. 1 a.m., that's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? Too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. Blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there.
Hold it!
It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this or take that.
Hold it!
Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? I guess press order? So what did the blackmail letters in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, huh? A perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait. I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha. Muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. Ika, can you translate that? Can we? What? Is that a Japanese thing? Is this a translation issue? Does anybody know what a muddy mud skipper is? You've never heard of that? Okay, me neither. I don't know what a muddy mud skipper is. We might need to, I'll have to Google that later. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask star to mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. Didn't? It's a walking fish. Oh. Well, I mean, not anything. Most things would not be able to survive in open vacuum space anyway. I don't know why a muddy mud skipper would be better or worse. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Miss Delight didn't believe he was Masked Artemis. That's why I knew that they were just hollow threats. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
Hold it!
You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief? You? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, a perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Life after being fired. Why he was fired. Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. Well, I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough. So I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security had a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. Since I was a security tech team chief, you stole some data and sold it? Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit my own job. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as a punishment. You do well to remember that. I sure told you. So you admit that you sold data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse, crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that.
Hold it!
Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? Not a waste. So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like this from each other. Can't believe it. This case has gotten even my head to think seriously about couples. Let's try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. Wasn't much to his testimony, was there? It's like he's avoiding something. At least, that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh. Got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. If we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. That evening around 1 AM, I would see Mr. Bullard in his office with security. The blackmail letter I got ordered me to go there. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. Fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Written with a fountain pen. Because if I ask what he did after he got fired, he just talked about how he started stealing stuff. So that's not going to make things better either. But maybe that's what they want me to talk about? I am really confused. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew what his office was. He's hiding something. I didn't have anything on me. Maybe... Hold on. The only thing I can think of is like he didn't have anything on me, but if I present this that he did? Nice, on his stealing is directed by the blackmail letters.
Objection!
This? Your Honor, what do you think about the one? That's nothing then, okay. It wasn't during the ordered me to go there.
Hold it!
It ordered you there? First time we got one. Of course.
Hold it!
We'll talk about that later.
Hold it!
Trouble.
Objection!
Tisk, afraid the reason isn't going to be hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was masked star to mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over with once I was fired. But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now, a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he would have had a problem if they... Wait. I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. Yes, because of his wife? Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if you identified as a company thief that was made public. Irk. Mr. Wright? What are you trying to do by bullying your own client? Ha! Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes, now come on. Provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing secret from going public? So his wife didn't find out? Because his wife watches his wife watches the important people of the area or whatever, and it found out she might be on the news or something?
Take that!
Mr. Delight, would you said you don't just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday? Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared. Having a certain person find out your secret? Gulp. A certain person? Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. We got super lucky, by the way, that I stumbled onto what was next. Wah, but listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Grr, Godot. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data. Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh. No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that. Or you'll be sorry. Oh my god. What is happening? Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was some efficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. Family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. Ugh. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. At the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bohr was lying there, dead. If I hadn't been wearing that? I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Mass Star to Mass struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Adame turned out to be a culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ha. No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked. Wait, he mentioned he was wearing something. What is he wearing? Find out what you say, if true or not, during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. I literally am threatening you with physical violence. Okay. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. At the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there.
Hold it!
Who was this suspicious shadow? If there are thousands of me, and even if one knew, I'd tell you, trust me. Dodging all of your questions is not helping us with this case. And then how was the victim Mr. Bullard at the time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place? That's a good question. It's either scolding coffee or whips it in this courtroom. Yeah. He's weird about his coffee. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. It's like suddenly I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed.
Hold it!
Your forehead? Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit, so I think I was a little bit dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. If I had been wearing that, I would have been killed. Okay, wearing what? That? Could you please clarify what you're referring to? Why, my Mask Star to Mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Mask Star to Mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Mask Star to Mask. Then, I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that! It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Ha. My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. What is happening? I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Mask Star to Mask costume.
Hold it!
Why were you dressed up as Mask Star to Mask? Why, because I'm Mask Star to Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Mask Star to Mask trial is being held next door. Ah, yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask Star to Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. Wait, but you escape the police and stuff all the time. What? That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected. It took a lot longer. What's he talking about? Wait and see. Like, wait and see. What? I think I'll wait and see how this develops. Hey, why aren't you doing anything? Because it'll probably end up causing more trouble. I'll tackle it once I'm mentally prepared. I guess I should prepare myself for the worst, too. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead.
Hold it!
When you came to? Yes, I was passed out in the corner of the room. You know when your assailant made their escape, and to where? I'm afraid I don't really remember. Huh? Once they hit me, I lost all track of what was going on. I think that's when they made their escape. Ha, that's certainly a convenient story for you, isn't it? Certainly is, isn't it, Mr. Wright? It almost sounds practiced? I don't know why you're telling me. We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we? There's not much in this testimony either. I bet you he's still hiding something. I wouldn't be surprised, we'll just have to draw it out of him. I hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. We know that's gonna happen. One on the forehead. These are in the costume. Okay, so it's this one.
Hold it!
Okay, where did you dress as Mask Star to Mask? Why? Because I'm Mask Star to Mask. Guess what? That's in the next door. Mask Star issue. That's why I should have asked him just to be safe. Oh boy. I tell you, it's a real pain to move around in that cave. That's why it took me a lot longer than I expected. A lot longer. What do you mean by it took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Remember that line, everyone. That's gonna come up in a couple of weeks. Remember inconceivable. Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. You mean that Mr. Delight hit the body because he's the murderer? Ah, so you're not as stupid as you look. This metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, yes? Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair-weather judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes.
Hold it!
Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer. That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Ha, I think you had a simpler reason than that. Because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense. No, hold on, 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances. What circumstances? Oh. Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were? That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence. We heard this from Delight yesterday, didn't we? Not much testimony either, but she's still holding something. Which isn't... Wait, under those circumstances, what? When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Under those circumstances. Second heist on him, still directed by... What? Oh, they gotta be talking about this. Connected to the basement, there were no fingerprints on it. Buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. on 2nd in the CEO's office. So if that went off, he would know that he was under a time limit. So he doesn't know he's under a time limit, which means he doesn't know that the button was pressed. Which makes sense. I was wondering, I'm like, why is there no mention of the button? It's gonna be the thing that must get him out of this. Okay. Suspicious. I was on there. Killed if I hadn't been writing my this. Was lying dead. Panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. Buzzer went off once in the CEO's office. It's gonna be one of these two. I'm not sure which one. Yeah, I don't know which one of those things it's gonna be. It's gotta be one or the other. I'm gonna start with the buzzer.
Objection!
Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? Record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way.
Objection!
Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there was security personnel in the building.
Objection!
He worked for them. What are you talking about? Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't know about them.
Objection!
But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex-new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not not something Mr. Delight could have known.
Objection!
Ha. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off.
Objection!
This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Light said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted? That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right, whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, this is...
Objection!
This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard.
Objection!
And who pressed the buzzer? It was... the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself? What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? You moved to prove the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Because his fingerprints weren't found on the buzzer. And I proved that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer. I can prove it all right. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. There are no fingerprints on it.
Take that!
I believe this is the piece of inconsiderable evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on, at least give him some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues, it in itself is the clue. I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left fingerprints behind.
Objection!
Ron Delight obviously wiped them off.
Objection!
Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did.
Objection!
The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Masked Star Damask. A Masked Star Damask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Order, order, order. Ha. It would seem I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow-flavored coffee is. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? No, they wanted to make it look like Ron Delight had been the one who did the murder. They were trying to frame Ron Delight. What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Ha. It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond, Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. Oh ho, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? I didn't mean to find out what it did, to call the security guard. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you You mean they say they killed the guard on... To say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock clean at the time. Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer, who has an outline of Luke and me. The third person, the real killer, which, again, I don't know how this is going to tie into him being at the warehouse. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only one left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light. And if any security guards came running in at the time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Rhonda Light for the murder. Luke has a teleporter, of course. Right, exactly. That makes sense. Okay, phew. Order. Ha. It would seem... I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only masked Artemis, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're going to drag that person here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to the KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard? Now then, let's hear your...
What's up, baby?
Oh, there's Zet's 770. Zet, you've missed so many orders in the court. You've missed so many orders in the court. You know how many meals you could have gotten for free if you were here? There's been so many orders in the court. You gotta be on time, man. Now then, let's hear the accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Rhonda Light for the murder of Kane Bullard? Heyo, kill. What's got it? Well, I feel
My
like they're trying to
disappointment
set him up.
is immeasurable. And
Free
my
meal?
day is ruined.
Yeah, if you would have been here earlier. Well, yeah, I mean, if I missed out on free food, I would be pretty upset too. Claiming he is a massive man, used to be his guard. So I feel like they're trying to point me towards Luke at me, but I also feel like they could like do a switcheroo and make it his wife. We'll try Luke at me, and if it's not Luke at me, then it'll be his wife.
Take that!
Detective Luke at me. He is the one who could have done it. Ace Detective Luke at me? You mean Masked Star Damask did it? Your Honor, the person who being tried in the court next to us is not Masked Star Damask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. That's why he wanted to say he was Masked Star Damask, so that he has a alibi on where he was at. Which means a third person was also involved in this whole situation. Maybe the third person's gonna turn out to be his wife? Order, Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder, which is the more serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to capital punishment. Oh, like... Wait, does this country have executions? Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. Well, can be confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well as Masked Star Damask. Wow, that's insane. Okay. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. Toperica? Yeah, but you know what that means? There's been at least... There was like one... Okay, back in the very first one, remember the weird, like, hyper-American, like, CEO guy who ran a security company? Who kept blackmailing people? He basically confessed to the murder of Mia Fey. That means he was, like, willing to confess that he was the murderer and be executed. That's really weird. He should have put up way more of a fight. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty? Mask the Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lord Retailer. In other words, being found guilty as Masked Star Damask was Luke Adamy's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict? As an alibi? You know, it's almost time. For what? For Luke Adamy's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Huh? Mr. Luke Adamy's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Light would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Ha. A bet's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So, please. I'm begging you. The plot intensifies? Yeah, thanks, but... Come on. I have no idea where this is about to go. We're getting a save down on this one, team. My decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. Uh-oh. Mia's back. Huh? What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. If you're a client, take the path of trust. Wow, is she just jumping into his brain now? That voice. It sounded like... Mia? Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ah. So that's your answer, huh?
I am the Mac Daddy of Heimlich County. I play it straight up, yo.
Thank you, Pimp Hank. I don't know the relevance, but that's awesome. Some fit that sound effect. I mean, kind of. The confidence is there for sure. Very well. I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atme to the stands. Yes, Your Honor. Somehow fits the sound effect. Yeah. October 14th, 11:58 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 5. Oh God, it's this idiot. Hee hee hee. Well, Sir Detective Atme. Hee 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 hee. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atme. You were the one who... Oh my God, there is another judge! And he looks very similar to the first judge. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. The court finds the defendant, Luke Atme... Objection!
Hold it!
Oh, hold it. Wait. Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Judge's son? I don't think he's that much younger. He just has, you know, he looks different. He's just still got the same beard. Wait. Who's this hoser, eh? He's Canadian? Are they setting up a Canadian joke? What? Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is like a universe where the United States and Canada like merged into one country. Maybe that's what's going on. My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file a accusation against this man, Luke Atme. Accusation? You accuse Masked Star Damask? That man is not Masked Star Damask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? I mean, 2 years for grand larceny is a way better deal than life and or the death sentence for murder. Save your progress up to this point? Yeah, that's the perfect time to call it, too. It's 6 on the dot. What if he's Australian because this is a kangaroo? Wow, Ika. Nice. I don't even think you call this a kangaroo court. This is like just weird nonsense. Like I said, this is like what the thought process of a child is. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Okay. So there we go, team. We are now going to find out what the ghost of Maya has to say about this. And now we are pulling in Luke Atmay and going to prove that he's the true culprit of the murder. But Ron the Light is going to turn out to be the thief, I guess. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. This has gotten quite nonsensical. All the lurkers, of course, thank you. You have the Twitch world go around. We always appreciate you around here. Anybody who checks the VODs here on Twitch, checks the VODs on the YouTube repository, thank you. Always appreciate that. Seeing those numbers helps keep me motivated. I think that's about got it. If you need a well thought out solution, you need a thinking solution. Raven Hillbrook Inc. Thinking Solutions. I got to remember to get the tagline in there. I think of the last couple I have forgotten the tagline. I got to keep the tagline going. It's important. Super important, everyone, that we remember the tagline for the company. If you need a well thought out solution, you need a thinking solution. Raven Hillbrook Inc. Thinking Solutions. But yeah, I think that'll be it for me, everyone. Have a good one, whatever you're up to. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be it. Yeah. Bye!